Yeah, what's up, everybody? Um, Today we're gonna be talking about Anadrol and the side effects, real quick, to start this one off with the A's, A to Z. So got some notes right here. Um, I think in order to take Anadrol or Anadrol 50, they're both the same. Um, um, you need to take relatively a lot of it to see some gains. It's a 17 double A, and um alpha and alpha related steroids, so meaning that it's alternate at the 17 carbon position to survive oral ingestion. That's all it really is. It's an oral, so you can mix it in definitely with injections and all that stuff. So I would say that it's a good mixing drug to compound it with obviously testosterone. You need that, so it's a good filler, especially to get everything popping and all that stuff. Um, so the effects on the body basically, get you pumped up. It's androgenic somewhat, and it's an oral too. But there's also downsides about oral. Your liver, your kidneys, and all that stuff. So the side effects that I have down here, um, the it's possible for Anadrol to survive its first pass through your liver. So it's possible. So that's good. Um, it's very toxic, obviously, to your liver, but you already know that any orals that you get are usually toxic anyways. So, you know, um, how much weight can you gain from it? Well, I mean, in a 30-week study, from studying Anadrol for 30 weeks, you could expect a reasonable amount of weight gain, muscle gain, but it peaks around 19 to 20 weeks. So, there was a study for 30 weeks, but they found out that it maxes out. It peaks around 19 to 20 weeks, but it kind of subsides a little bit after taking it for 30 weeks. And I know it's a lot, so I would definitely do kind of like small increments first, so when your body plateaus on it. So try to do 4 weeks. Try to do 4 weeks of amount, and really try to listen to your body and hear it. And if you're thinking you're getting good progress, keep it that way. Keep it that way. But if you're kind of feeling your body peaking, you're not really growing after the fourth week as you were before, go for 6, and for the last 2, try to increase it. See how your body reacts to it. And obviously, I'm not no medical doctor. I'm just saying this to give you guys a little bit my sight. You know what I mean? And obviously for my pictures, even right now, like filtering everything, trying everything out. There's ups and downs on everything, but I still weigh what I do. I still look relatively still good. So you know, and I'm not cycling right now, so it's all good. Um, Let's get down to the cycles. How you cycle it. Um, Usually, what I usually say, you could either use when you take 50 um, MGSs, so it's not mLs or IUs. Obviously, it's oral, so it's 50 micrograms of Anadrol. You can get some good gains with 50, just 50. Sometimes you get just 1 or 2 pills. Depends on what kind of milligrams they are, but you get really good gains just off 50, and you're not really hurting your liver as much, but it's still toxic. But then when you take 100 milligrams, obviously more is better in some ways. But yeah, if you take 100, you gain more. But if you take the same amount, you run out of the gate hitting like 100 milligrams every day, you can't go back to 50. You know what I'm saying? So if you hit it big, stay big. If you hit it small and creep up, I usually do it that way. It's better. It's less toxic, especially if you're just going real slow, moderate, and you cycle it off, then cycle it on to have the same peaks. You don't want to keep just driving it straight up. You want to just hit it where it peaks off at around 4 weeks, then drop it down, let your body, come back with its natural, where it's kind of like stable again, and then boom, you blast it. That's why it's blast and cruise, blast and cruise. Um, so yeah, I would say 50, you gain some good weight, especially for females. 100 milligrams is where I usually find the best weight gain, But once you start getting like to 150 to 200 milligrams or even 3, it's really toxic, and you're gonna get the same benefits, dude, as 100 milligrams a day. So the 150, you're kind of just, it depends how big you are too. So you know, but I would say 100 definitely would be good, especially like I said, you're incorporating this with testosterone and what have you. I wouldn't recommend taking it by itself, but everyone's different. Um, I would say the molecule formula for those guys that are actually I'm not saying creating it or making it, but the molecule on it is C21H32O3. So you got your carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, stuff like that. So your melting point, this is always good for people that are actually brewing in all the stuff for themselves. So you always want to make sure the melting point is at 178 to 180, obviously Celsius. So um, to find out if it's real or not, you want to make sure you break it down, get it to its original form, however that is, melting it down, smashing it, whatever. Throw some preservatives like a little bit of oil, BAs, BBs, and throwing a thermometer in there. And if it melts down around 178 to 180 Celsius, then you got yourself some quality stuff. If not, then I'll go back to that manufacturer and tell them, hey, dude, it was originated in 1960. Effective doses obviously is 100, but that's optional. But the active life on it is 16 hours. So you take it throughout the day, sleep for 8, boom, you snap back up. So you want to hit it right there when it's coming off. So the time it's in your system depends how long you take it, but roughly it stays in there like 8 weeks. You want to take it for 8 weeks. That's the detection time. That's how long you want to be on it. So the minute you're off of it, if they do pull your drug, it's going to be in there for 8 weeks. So, and the androgenic ratio, you always want to learn about this one. High androgenic is basically it's more aggressive. Androgens, when you get any kind of androgenic drugs, usually it's like trenbolone. We'll go over that, dude. That's really high. It's a really good androgenic drug. But something like Superdrol is totally androgenic, nothing but androgens in there. So no weight gain, just straight up, just pushing it and aggression. So for Anadrol, the androgenic ratio is 45. It's 45 over 320, so that's really, really good. You're hitting it at 100 milligrams a day. So that's it for Anadrol 50. Same things. It actually came out as a for AIDS patients to try to gain weight. So yeah, so I mean that's about it. To me, it's really good. 17th carbon position. So that's what you need to do in order to actually go to the next level. So this is something that you would incorporate with testosterone or trenbolone if you plan on going that route. But if you want to do it by itself, I don't recommend it, but you could. I mean, it does release your natural hormones, like your natural testosterone, etc. And sometimes if you are prone to gynecomastia, it might pop up if you're taking it just by itself. So watch out for that, definitely. All right.